Ben Gammon, welcome to today's video. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Are you good?
I'm good, and I'm ready. I'm feeling in the mood for control. I'm ready to control things. This is Control for the Xbox. It's actually running on a Series X, but it's not the upgraded version. And as you can see, it's pretty creepy. Straight off the bat, I'm in a kind of brutalist office-scape, and there's people hovering in midair. This takes place in the fictional Federal Bureau of Control, which is like a Men in Black style organisation that battles paranormal threats. And you play as Jessie Faden, who has some psychic abilities of her own, which we'll see during the combat. This is mostly going to be combat focused. I'm just going to fight my way through this section here. And yeah, we're going to talk about the game. Have you seen Control before? Have you played Control?
I haven't played it, but I remember seeing trailers for it and thinking it looks amazing.
It's definitely got a really good graphical style, lots of particle effects, which, I mean, there's some right there. Look at those sparks. I hate these guys. They float around and they dodge you when you try and throw things at them. So you have to shoot them with your special magic brain gun. And the game's got a real cinematic sensibility, like we kind of saw at the beginning there. It's got like live action video in there. It's got really good sense of kind of brutalist style, the architecture. It's all really cohesive kind of world building. This area of the game is a place called Central Research, which is one of the kind of biggest, most open kind of atriums, I guess. A lot of it's kind of more kind of contained office space style. You do get a bit of a variety. You've got the whole building. In fact, we can go into this office here in a second, actually, just make sure there's people following me.
Love that like rainbow effect that comes off those guys.
Yeah, right. It's like a psychic aura effect with like a spectrum of colour, which is it's really stylish. Stylish is actually the kind of primary word to describe this game. I do think if you're a fan of kind of horror stuff, this is definitely a game worth checking out. It's got sort of just really fascinating world, I guess, where there's all these objects of power and psychic abilities, and the Bureau's obviously trying to control them, and it hasn't gone very well because they've been overrun by these sort of psychic zombies. Here's his kind of office that you can see. So loads of stuff, and I'm not going to dig into it here, but if you want to, you can really like read the posters on the walls and really get a sense of what's going on here. It takes place in this building called the Oldest House, and the kind of idea behind the Oldest House is it's this skyscraper in New York that's just always been there, but you just never notice it. It's got like a psychic field around it, and obviously Jessie has found her way in, and turns out things are going pretty bad in there. They've been taken over by...
I take it there's stuff moving all around the room, isn't there? Every now and then.
Yeah, I
think... Is
that
you doing that?
Some of that's glitchy, some of that's just the fact that there's... this is me moving things for sure. This is me. I'm picking this up with my brain powers.
I love the fact that projector's still working.
Yeah, that's cool. There's a lot of people out here. Oh, and right above me as well. So yeah, the bad, or the villain, I guess, is kind of referred to as the hiss. It's like this noise. Okay, I'm getting blown up by rockets. This noise that kind of infects people, but it doesn't affect you for some reason. You're kind of immune to it, so you've got to fight everyone else who is infected. Let's see if I can catch a rocket here. Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Oh, that looked satisfying. Was that satisfying?
That is satisfying.
I love the red like blood effect when you take damage around the edge of the screen.
Yeah, I'm taking a lot of damage here. Taking a lot more damage than I would have liked. Yeah, I mean, the psychic abilities never really get boring. Like, I don't know if you ever played... It reminds me of a really old game. There was an old game called Psyops that had kind of these, like, telekinesis powers. And, yeah, they're good here. It's very satisfying, especially when you do one... I did one a second ago there, where you, like, pull an object towards you, and it hits somebody on the way towards you, and it hits somebody else on the way back. That's a lot of fun. I missed it there, but you get the idea. So this is made by Remedy Entertainment. They made the original Max Payne games, Max Payne 1 and 2, which I guess explains their kind of cinematic style. And they recently announced that actually they've made more money in the last financial year than ever before, despite not releasing anything new. Control came out before that financial year. These little kind of things you can find around here, collectibles. I think that's kind of in part based on the fact that it's on Game Pass now and on PS Plus as well, I think. So they've done some like lucrative deals to get it onto the platforms, and they did some expansions as well, actually, like a expansion pack or two, which I'm sure made some money.
The whole environment destructible?
Pretty much. I think it's, I mean, when it comes to the psychic ability, when you press like the telekinesis button, it'll just grab whatever you've got aimed at, or if there's nothing, it'll just rip a piece off the floor or a nearby wall. I've never really tried to push that to its limit. I imagine there probably is a limit. Probably just you do surface damage to get some chunks, and it just generates more. Yeah, this is definitely going badly. Yeah, you can see some of those really nice particle effects here with the kind of colours and the... It's really, really good looking game. Oh, don't want to be here.
Oh yeah, the whole sofa.
There we go, got him on the way in. Back.
If you throw that correctly, horizontally, you can take out like 4 guys.
Yeah, I mean that's what I want actually. I just want a room full of sofas and then bad guys all at the other end, so I can just throw the sofas consistently.
Bonus points if they end up sitting on it at the end of it.
The game's actually not always this combat focused. There is actually a lot of storytelling in it. I just figured for this video, watch me shoot some people. Why not? It's a good way to show off the particle effects. You can see like the glass breaking and stuff there as well.
What's that red stuff?
The red stuff is part of the kind of infection that the building has got, and as you defeat more waves of the hiss, you find that that kind of recedes, and the building kind of like shifts and moves around when you cleanse areas, which is quite interesting. So you have like, you can explore the whole building basically, but it's gated by whether you found key cards to unlock certain security clearances. So it's got that kind of like, you backtrack sometimes, re-go through old areas, tidy them up and defeat everyone in them. And yeah, I think it's a really interesting game. It's like I say, it's on Game Pass now and was just on PlayStation Plus recently, so hopefully you got a chance to play this if you have either of those services. I think it's a really cool game. Definitely one of the best examples of kind of world building and creepy senses of dread, as you kind of, some of the environments are really creepy and some of the stuff you can like figure out about what's going on here.
Yeah, it looks great. It's going downstairs.
Yeah. Oh, dead people. That's how you know you're going in the right direction. Well, this is Control for the Xbox and available on other platforms as well, including the PC and PlayStation. So thanks for joining me, Ben, and we'll see you again on a future Etch Play video.
Bye.
I want to go and hide in this shelter. See you later. Bye.
Bye.